Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the Just 2019 World Indoor Bowls Championships live here at Potter's Leisure Resort. And coming up, the next game on the cards is the second semi-final of the under-25s, Dean Drummond versus John Orr. Don't forget, we do have more games coming up later on. At 7:30 we have that final of the World's under-25, so do join us at 7:30 for that. The match officials for this next game up: the umpire is Mike Davies, the marker is umpy himself, Alan Thornhill, and on the shot clock, Francis Fletcher. So we'll hand over now to Richard Bear on the rink to introduce our players.
Well, good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, and a very warm welcome to the International Arena here at Potter's Resort for our second semi-final match. Who will go through to tonight's final? Well, they'll face Jordan Philpott. Let's introduce the boys and find out. And first to a young lad who's come all the way over from New Zealand to be with us today, a member of the 2018 PBA New Zealand team. Would you please wish him all the very best as I welcome onto the rink, Dean Drummond. Good luck, Dean. All the very best, mate. All the very best. Enjoy. And Dean takes on this 23-year-old from Motherwell in Scotland, a World Pairs qualifiers and Super Bowl finalist. Your appreciation, please, for John Orr. And your commentators for this match is Janice Gower. Good afternoon to you, Janice.
Thank you very much, Richard, and I'm just having a smile there because John Orr's come on to Twist and Shout, which apparently was decided at his club. He said a few people were saying what would he walk on to, so he said, right, well, if everybody has some suggestions and put £1 in, that money will go to charity, and drawn out of a hat as to what he was going to come on the rink to.
Track length 29 metres.
Apparently one of the suggestions was, I'm sexy and I know it. So he's quite a character, is our John. Done really well in the PBAs over the years. So thoroughly deserving his place out there on the portable rink. He won the qualifier at Falkirk for the under-25s. So he takes his place out there. And he's playing Dean Drummond, all the way from Hawke's Bay in Hastings, in New Zealand. He's won many national titles as Dean. The interesting thing for me in these two players is they both share exactly the same birth date. They're both 24, and they're both exactly the same birthday, month and year, which I don't often find. So the two players in the earlier game were both 21, and these two boys are both 24. Be interesting to see how they get off to a start out there. They've both had some experience on the rink. They've got several practice sessions under the belts. Now, John's on a good track. Stable delivery there from Dean Drummond. A lot of the Southern Hemisphere players have got coaches that help them with the delivery and stance and
one red.
How they prepare for the games. John Orr's from Motherwell. He was runner-up in the World Pairs qualifier at Falkirk to Colin Walker and Ronnie Duncan. He was also runner-up in this Scottish qualifier. I think it was actually played at Carlisle qualifier for the Super Bowl a couple of years ago. So he's been on the PBAs for a few years. Of course, whoever wins this game tonight will face Jordan Philpott at 7:30 this evening. As Jordan was very quick to tell me earlier that Jordan was runner-up in the Open World Singles qualifier at Lincoln to one Simon Skelton, who's just made his place in the final, secure on the last end of a tie-break. Now, John. Left-hander, John. Find a slightly different line on the rink. Close here. Just needs to sit down. There we go.
2 green.
Not easy for these youngsters going on after such a big, exciting game that the spectators have been witness to. Pace of the rink will be a little bit different to when they've practiced. Down a good track here, Dean. Now, what sort of connection can you get? Oh, he's been unlucky. He might have even turned that green ball in for 3.
Three shots, John Orr.
Oh, he's been a bit unlucky there, turning that ball in. Ball higher and he'd have got round it and was very good weight, so he might have even got
First
shot.
end, 0-3.
But it's John Orr, Scottish player out there, that's taken the first end with a count of 3.
Jack length, 29 metres.
Yeah, gone for quite a full length jack. It's 29.5 metres tee to tee here on the portable rink. So just half a metre short of that. Playing with Taylor Ace bowls, John Orr. Dean Drummond apparently is playing with Aero Groove. They've both tried various different sets of bowls in the practice sessions. We do carry a pool of bowls here at the World Bowls Tour from all 4 of the major manufacturers. Very artistic delivery, that. Dean Drummond. Looks close here. Of course, they play 2 sets of 9 ends, and if necessary, a 3-end tie break. And they do play under the shot clock here. Oh, good adjustment there from John. Bit slip round the green bowl. Oh, it just got wrecked on it.
2 green. Your bowl 6 inches short of jack high.
Good again here from John.
Three green.
All about just settling down for Dean now. Doesn't want to drop another count. He's gone for a runner. Needs to hang on there. Oh, he got a result off his own short bowl. Just going under, just diving under the head. Managed to get his own short bowl into the head. I just noticed in the stands at the back, Jordan Philpott's in, watching. Good to see.
1 green.
He's away playing snooker this afternoon. Bit of a break from playing this morning. Great ball there from John Orr.
2 green.
Quite a confident player. Been around the PBAs for a number of years, even though he's still only an under 25. So many very good players, youngsters about now. That's why we have a under 25 international series to showcase the juniors.
One shot, John Orr.
Well, it was better there from Dean Drummond. A good end there.
Set score 0-4 after 2 ends.
Come over to the country from New Zealand with his family. They've spent a little bit of time in Scotland. He has family near Dumfries. A lot of the overseas players tend to make a bit of a holiday of it over while they're over here. Otherwise it's a long way to travel.
Jack length 29 metres.
I was talking to John earlier and he was saying about his family had spoken about coming down, but it was about 7.5 hour drive, so I know there'll be a few of John's family tuning in, and he's settled down very well here, and this looks a very good opener. Defending champion Chloe Watson went out of the game this morning at the hands of Jordan Philpott. Chloe said herself after the game she really never got the pace early doors, which means you're always sort of scrabbling for the game. But Jordan certainly showed his merit this morning. The World Bowls Tour Awards night, he got the Young Player of the Year award for getting to the final of the Open Singles at Lincoln, as well as winning the Under 25s qualifier.
One green.
Short with that, John. He would have wanted to reach the back red bowl.
Red bowl, 14 inches past Jack high.
Down a very good track again here from John. Let's move back to centre now. Good ball there. I feel Dean just needs to settle on the draw at the moment. There is a running bowl there available for him, but still only N3. Now this looks on a good track. Can it just run?
2 green.
Quick glance at the clock for John there. Doesn't seem to be too worried about the countdown. Oh, he got that away. He seemed to rush that away. Doesn't look too shabby, John. Alan Thornhill will let us know shortly. Could have made 3.
They're close to third. Dean.
It's in a good position though from John, because if Dean can get the trail here, in the area this time. Ball first. Oh, just got an unfortunate little edge.
1 shot, John Orr.
Set score 0-5 after 3 ends.
So that's quite a decent lead at the moment for John Orr, but there's still 6 ends left of this first set. Gone for the longer length, Jack again.
Jack length 29 metres.
Seems to be suiting him and his bowls. Just a quick glance up to the crowd there. Looks good again here. Just needs to make the trip. He's certainly been finding these opening bowls, which automatically puts Dean Drummond on the back foot under a bit of pressure. He's swapping to the tricky forehand. This has got to be perfect line and perfect weight. Not a very forgiving hand, this forehand.
Seven inches short of Jack High.
7 inches short of Jack High was the instruction there from Alan Thornhill. Of course, they're only just giving their opinion on where the bowls lay in relationship to the Jack, but from that John will know that he just needs to really slip past his own bowl. Just not making the trip. Really wanted another couple of feet on that.
Two green.
John Orr plays out of the East Kilbride Indoor Bowls Club. And his hobbies and interests are listed as other sports such as football and rugby. And Dean Drummond likes a bit of rugby union league as well. Dean lists his favourite food as cheesecake, so he's a
Three green.
bowls out of Bowls Hastings over in New Zealand. Likes any sport that's competitive, does Dean, so he's certainly got one here that's a competitive sport, and John Orr's putting on a good performance so far. So, John building a very good head here. Going to a good position here because Dean might opt for a running bowl as he's got the best back position. He's already shown that he can drive. Different stance. More upright if he's going to drive. Oh, he didn't like that. Got that away badly. Another 3 for John Orr.
3. 3 shots, John Orr.
Well, that's the joy of sets play. He knows at the end of this set there'll always be the second set, but
set score
an
0-8
0 lead after 4 ends is quite a good lead for John Orr. We saw in the previous game, though, these leads can be dragged back.
Jack length 29 metres.
Again, a longer jack from John there. I think if we find Dean actually winning one of these ends, I think what will happen is that the jack will be shortened down. Just overreached that, but it's not in a bad home. It's probably counting for 2. Better ball there from Dean.
1 red. Your last ball, 2 feet.
Close here, just needs to drop the weight now and sit down.
1 red. One red.
Just trotted back down to the mat there, didn't want to waste his shot clock. Down a good track again. And here Dean just needs to run. And 1 declared, so he's on the card, that's good.
1 shot, Dean Drummond.
7-shot deficit, 4 ends yet to play.
Set score
I think
1-8
we'll see a
after 5
change in
ends.
jack length here.
Jack length 27.5 metres.
A little bit shorter. We've been playing 29, so 1.5 metres shorter. Close here, Dean. Just needs to trundle a little bit further. Yeah, that's a good opener. Close here. Yeah, that's a good reply. Very interesting style of delivery that. I'm pretty sure way back when there was a player that used to play like that. It's very similar as well to a player who used to play in England that went to Australia, David Holt. And he had a similar delivery. A lot of players are not sure where to put the spare hand, so to speak. If you watch John Orr's delivery now, he puts it on his knee, which is really textbook, really. Most players either hold their arm to the side of the body or put it on the knee. Try and get a consistent delivery so that very little can go wrong with it. It's very, very smooth when he delivers the bolt.
One green.
Certainly taking his time over delivery. I think he must have worked on the shot clock, given himself an idea. Most of the top players have got an idea how long it takes them to deliver a ball from standing on the mat. Some take a little bit longer than others. Certainly doesn't seem to have been rushed by the clock
One
too
green.
often. Down a good height here, Dean. Connection with the jack now required. Oh, he's gone through the hole. In fact, he's moved the jack. It might have made it worse for him. Not sure whether he's actually holding two here, John Orr. He's certainly in the area again. This is a great bowl. That's a great bowl. Two declared. I just don't know whether Dean might have tipped the jack to John's back bowl as well.
Three shots, John Orr.
Three declared. I think that's probably ties up this set.
Set score
3 ends
111
to
after
play.
6
The
ends.
man from Scotland is 10 shots up. So we'll go back to that 29
Jack
metre
length,
jack,
29
no doubt.
metres.
Now Dean, on a good height here. Needs the pace, needs to be counting more than just singles now to win this first set. That's a better opener. But John Orr's definitely in the driving seat here. Just overplayed. That's the problem on this rink. If you just play to reach a bowl, it just tends to overplay it. But it's a good rest there again for both players. Rest the green bowl. Dean gets another shot in the area, so it will make it trickier for John Orr. But this looks under the line. Can it get a piece of the jack? Yep.
2 red.
Change of hand there. Looks good here. Oh, if it sits down, I think it might have just sat out. I think it's still one red. Well, on a good track again. Not easy to count another here. Needs to run now. Running out of time here, John. Need to get that bowl away. I certainly think he's spent some time working on delivery with the shot clock. Certainly didn't seem to bother him there. He's very close here as well. Oh, right through the gap. Holes for bowls, they say. That certainly found that gap. Not easy really for Dean to score another shot here, but has to try. Good effort.
1 shot, Dean Drummond. First set, John Orr.
And the shot was not enough, so John Orr takes the first set, 11-2. So Dean, fresh slate, 9 more ends to play. That's set finished after 7 ends. John Orr will be looking for something similar in the second set if he can.
Jack length 28
A little bit
metres.
of time before the final tonight, but can Dean Drummond come back? Force us into a tie break. John has been definitely consistent with that opening bowl. Very rarely put his opening bowl outside of 2 feet. Maybe heard any of the interviews earlier with the 2 players that have got through to the open singles final. It was all mentioned about getting the bowls in early. Good reply from Dean. John's on a very good line here. Pace doesn't look bad either. It's certainly proving to be a gain this for John Orr. Forcing Dean Drummond to find bowls. Sure what Jordan Philpott's thinking of this game. I'm sure he's watching it somewhere. Close here, piece of the jack. Oh, he got it the wrong way.
One green. One green.
One green there. Still a bit of room there for Dean to just turn the jack away. Well, he's here again. John has certainly played very consistently.
Two shots, John Orr.
So the opening end of the second set goes to the Scotsman, John. I just feel that
First end 0-2.
Dean can just get in here. He needs to perhaps make a dramatic change in the length of jack. Try and make John a little bit more uncomfortable, because he certainly seems quite comfortable out there on the portable rink.
Jack length 29 metres.
Still on his 29-metre jack. Closer here. Good ball from Dean here. Little touch on the jack helped the case.
1 red.
Still plenty of time in this set. Tell you what, John's very close here. Piece of the jack. Ooh, very close to picking that jack up. Oh, he's just... Oh, he might have knocked that in for 2 now. Just a bit unlucky, he was a bit wide.
1 red.
And just still the 1 red, so Dean needs to make the adjustment now to try and get another in here, which would level up this set.
One shot, Dean Drummond.
Now, Dean, you've got hold of the mat and jack. I think we need to change something here.
Set score 1-2 after 2 ends.
Let's pull the mat up a little bit.
Jack length 26.5 metres.
Slightly shorter than last time. No, good lead required. Give a shout out to all our viewers out in New Zealand who are tuning in or watching this on playback. It's been a very good credit to you around the facility here at Potters. Put a lot of time practicing on the rinks. Give himself a chance. I just feel like if Dean could tie a couple of ends together, it would just give him a little bit more confidence, and it's something that John Orr's not lacking in, so I think that's pulled up short. I think it's just still the one red. Drop a little bit of weight now for John. There's a left-hander, he gets a slightly different line, but very consistent left-hander. Yeah, what's the pace like on this one? Because the line is very good. There we go. That's number one. Trotting up after this, I think his line was very good. I think he's just lacking that pound of weight for what he was looking for. John just looking for a repeat of delivery. Put another one in there. Great track again. And the pace is good enough as well. That's made second. Now, it's given him a little bit more of a target area, Dean.
2 green.
I need to just think about putting that pound of weight on. He's got all the bowls at that side of the rink, so if he could just get a little nibble on the jack and flick it out, it's possible to get a count here. That's the only problem. If you just put that little bit more weight in it, it's easy to just overplay. Big chance for a 3 here for John Orr.
2 green.
Stick to his own hand or swap to the forehand. I think he'll just stick to his hand that he's been playing. He's playing it very successfully. His forehand, our backhand. Nice hand this on the rink. Probably the most favoured one of all the players. A little bit more forgiving than the other 3 hands. Now, John, what's your weight like? Oh, his body language is saying he's overplayed it, and he has. Just the 2.
2. Yeah. 2 shots, John Orr.
Great to give these juniors the experience of
Set
playing
score
here at the
1-4 after 3
World
ends.
Indoor Bowls Championships, kindly hosted by Potters Resort. Experience with the World Bowls Tour officials and the shot clock and on the portable rink. All good experience for moving forward. I'm sure they all fancy the chances of getting into the top 16 one day.
Jacqueline's 29 metres.
Good opener again from John here. Like I say, he's been very, very consistent with that opening bowl, which makes a huge difference out there on the portable rink. Not having to scramble about with his third and fourth bowl.
Red bowl, 7-inch gap. 1 green.
Now this is good stuff now from John.
2 green.
Settled down very well on the portable. Forcing Dean into playing what we would call a bit silly shots on this rink. Playing that 2-yard on shot.
Say that again. 1.5 inches.
I think Alan Thornhill needs an interpreter out there. A smile from him. John's not that broad a Scottish accent. Very understandable. Oh, great bowl again. Just that pound of weight underplayed, but still a good bowl. It's all in the head now. Dean got to change something if he can, but it's a bit of a danger if he plays a runner and takes his own bowl out. There's just the... Oh, he's played a timer again. I thought he might have just tried to draw this. This will just go way, way under. Miss the head altogether. Well, he's got 2 receiving bowls now there as Dean Drummond, but it's still a very, very tricky shot to play, and I think John will cover these.
Timeout called.
Yeah, this is a good positional bowl from John here. I wanted to go a little bit deeper.
John
but
has
it's
4
still
timeouts
there
remaining.
to receive. The danger here, like I mentioned before, for Dean is if he plays onto the front green bowl, there's a chance his red bowl will go out the head. But I do think he's going to have to be changing something.
Timeout called.
I really think if
Dean
he does
has
get
4
this jack, he
timeouts
needs
remaining.
to change it a little bit more dramatically, lengthwise. Just try something different. Now, is he going to try it again? He's gone a bit quicker, gone a better pace from the rink.
Two shots, John Orr.
3 twos for John Orr, gives him a 6-1 lead in the second set. He won the opening set 11-2.
Set
Still
score
got 5
1-6
ends
after
to
4
play.
ends.
New Zealand, Dean Drummond plays with a different model of aero bowl. He plays with the Optima. So they do have to adapt to the overseas players to the models of bowls we have over here in the pool if they want to use the pool bowls. And he mentioned to me earlier he decided to go for the groove. Now, where are we taking this map to? Yes, that's more like what I thought he might do. Got to try it. Oh, I think he thinks he might have sent the jack off. Had to try it though, had to try something different. Oh, he's picking the mat up because I think he thinks that's... Oh, has it hung on? No.
Jack length 29 metres.
So, for those of you that like to know your rules out there, because John Orr sent the jack off, then Dean Drummond has a go to send the jack and didn't manage to set a length either, he sent it off. The jack is put on the tee and John Orr gets to place the mat where he would like it to go. In the old days you used to have several goes at trying to set a mark, but they changed those rules, so you just had one go each and then it's put on the tee. And the person that originally delivered the jack, or tried to deliver the jack, gets to place the mat where they'd like to put it. Well, not a bad opener, but it is back to the John Orr preferred length. Dean Drummond 5 shots behind with 5 ends to play. His second set of 9 ends here in this second World Under-25s final. The winner of this will face Jordan Philpott tonight at 7:30. That'll be live with us on the streaming and YouTube and Facebook, and also available on the BBC Red Button.
One green.
He's gone for a runner again. On target here. Got a piece of the jack. The jack's gone back up the rink. Holding 2. There's quite a bit of room there. That was a good result.
2 red.
That's probably taught him that you need to go quicker on this rink. Any slower and the boulders start to move quite dramatically. All about learning this rink, the nature of it, the nuances, the differences. Just needs to hang on now for a length, this for John. Well, it's not a bad bowl, there's still a bit of room. But at least he's stopping a count of 3 for John Orr. Yeah, what's the weight like? Feeling he might just be going to give up. I think John Orr's got away with counting shot there with a bowl he really put in to try and stop the 3.
1 shot, John Orr.
So 7-1, 4 ends to play.
Set score 1-7 after 5 ends. Jack length 27.5 metres.
Well, certainly the way John Orr's played in this game, the way Jordan Philpott played this morning, if they both stick to this sort of form, I think we'll be in for an interesting final. I think Dean Drummond's just not found the pace at all. And to be fair, John Orr's put him under a lot of pressure. He's played really well. Good hit there. Right on the respot, but there'll be a lot of room. Well, like I say, it's out on the respot, but there's a lot of room here for John Orr. He's found the rink very, very well. And it's good here. Good ball coming up here. He's running at this, see if he can get the jack in the ditch. He's got a toucher in there. Oh, he missed.
One green.
John wants to get another in here, but doesn't want to get too close. Leave the gap. Count of 2 here would be a start the car moment for Dean Drummond, or start the aeroplane engines back to New Zealand. Like I say, he's certainly made his parents and Hastings very proud while he's been over here. He's just been totally out-bowled in this game. The young man from Motherwell.
2 green.
Great display of bowls from John Orr in his first game out there on the portable rink. Now, are we on target? Certainly watching it. Oh, straight through the gap.
Two shots, John Orr.
9-1 lead after 6 ends. It means that
Set score 1-9 after 6 ends.
Dean Drummond's got to score 9 in 3 ends, so it could all be over with at this next end. John Orr finished the first set off after 7 ends. He's used to playing 7-end sets at the PBA qualifiers, because we play 7-end sets at the qualifiers and then you come to the TV event and play 9 ends, which can make a little bit of a difference. But I think John Orr's just gone out there thinking, well, I'll try and play 2 sets of 7 ends. Again, a great opener from John Orr. Nice reply from Dean, but needs to be building up the head now, try and get a count out of this. John Orr's just in the groove with this line. Getting his weight very good as well. I'm sure all the family up in Scotland will be very proud of how he's performed here.
One green. Both bowls 2 feet.
Yeah, John just asking how far past the second bowls are. Just really, from his point of view, if he counts at this end, the game's over. So just wants to try and cover any chance of a count for Dean Drummond. Oh, good here. What a great bowl that is. I honestly do think we're in for a hunting of a final tonight, and it would be Scotland versus England. Just like tomorrow afternoon's main Open singles final. Decent track. What's the pace like? Close, he's very close. Oh, what a brilliant ball. He's just played one of the toughest balls there is to play on the rink, and he played very well then.
2 red.
Oh, jump. Just delivery, obviously, because the jack's been moved. So he certainly looked very, very comfortable out there on the portable rink. Now, what's the pace like? The line is very good. Well, John Orr, what a fantastic bowl that is. What a brilliant bowl. You can't take it away from this young man. He's played very, very well.
1 green.
Both share the same birth date, but one has been outstanding there this afternoon. Needs to change something with this, or it's a shaking hands time. He's played a runner. Now, are we close? Oh, he's very close. What a great hit that was. I think the green bowl's still going to be shot. Didn't just go out the side of the rink. Having a look at this. Oh, it is 1 red.
1 shot, Dean Drummond.
Takes us into another end. He was was very, very unlucky that the green ball didn't go off the ring, but it was a toucher, so it would have still counted if it had have gone into the back
Set
ditch.
score 2-9 after 7 ends.
But it means Dean's got to count a maximum 4 at this end to take us into a final end. Well, he's sent the jack off again, Dean, just about, so it means John gets to set the length of jack he prefers, and also he'd have the last delivery at this end, so it's a huge ask, this, 2 4s.
Jack
But
length 29
for the
metres.
experience out there on the portable rink, you want to stay out there as long as you can. He'll be hoping he'll be back sometime to have another go. Well, that's a good opener. Bit unfortunate, he's finding those sort of leads a little bit late in the game. Because don't forget, all John Orr has to do is stop Dean Drummond counting 4. If he drops 1 or 2 or even 3, it doesn't matter. He didn't like that, just overreached it, perhaps just got a little bit too comfortable.
Two red.
Fantastic end of balls here for Dean
Three red.
Drummond. And in reverse, the man that's been in charge for the entirety of the game, John Orr, just having a bad end. He might choose to actually run at these, take a couple of bowls away. He plays a lot at the Carlisle qualifiers, and it's one of the Carlisle traits,
How
is
about
that
called?
Cumbria trait. And you know that you need to drop a 4. If you can run at this and get rid of a couple of bowls, then the game's over. I think that's what he might be thinking. One big bowl here and I can come off this rink, and he's gone for it. Very quick. Very unlucky. Still 3 shots down. A big chance here for Dean. Well, just needs to put the pressure on John here and get another shot in. Hold the 4 you need. Well, needs to run a bit. Still needs to run. Might have just made the 4, but I do think he's left John An awful lot of room there. Don't need to rush, John. You've got timeouts you can take. All it takes is one bowl to finish this game off. Doesn't even have to count shot as long as he saves at least one of those red bowls. Down a good track here, John. What's your pace like? Looking good enough to me. Looking good enough to me.
3 shots, Dean Drummond. Second set and the match. John Orr.
Well, I have to say, John Orr showed us a lot of great bowl skills out there and came through a fantastic second World Under-25s semi-final there. He beat Dean Drummond 11-2, 9-5, which takes him into the final tonight. In the final tonight, he'll face Englishman Jordan Philpott. So we'll have England versus Scotland, Jordan Philpott versus John Orr. Please join us again tonight at 7:30 for the final of the World Under-25s. Thanks for your company.